Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the global Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
EFF crashes at the polls despite showing growth during their election campaigns. Hello, my name is Reneilwe Morema and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel, reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. The EFF's dreams of becoming the main opposition party in the 7th administrations have been shattered by the electorate. The party have performed dismally at the 2024 general elections. As it stands, the party ranks at number 4, with the newly established political party Umkhonto weSizwe, also known as the MK party, being the 3rd largest party in the country. With these results, the EFF and the ANC are the biggest losers in the elections. According to political analysts, the EFF came in the elections confident of becoming the official opposition party, believing they would topple the DA from that role. The EFF came in as an alternative party which could resonate with the young people and those fed up with the abuse from the ANC. The EFF really wanted to be the voice of the marginalized, the poor and the voiceless, but South Africa disappointed them in the final hours. I think the EFF's votes were eaten in KZN thanks to the MK party. The EFF and the MK are literally toe-to-toe with each other, and I think it would be a good idea to get into bed together since they share the same ideologies. The biggest question is, why are the EFF numbers tanking? The results are not what I anticipated. They held extensive successful campaigns. How they have been in the heart of young people in the country, and I honestly believe that they are the main reason why a lot of young people registered to vote, besides the shenanigans of the ANC and wanting change. EFF played a huge part in convincing the young people around the country to vote. We thought the numbers of EFF followers will translate into votes, but I guess we were wrong. There are many factors that are responsible for the EFF's bad results at the polls. There is the issue of the open border policy, which did not sit well with many South Africans. I think when it comes to the open border policy issue, there is a lot of miscommunication and misinformation. Obviously, if the EFF were to become the ruling party, they wouldn't immediately open the borders for every Tom, Dick and Harry, and not at the speed we imagine it to be, as explained by the EFF member Ndlozi. I think the open border policy will serve as an economic support from other countries. It will be transactional and beneficial. For example, Ndlozi made an example that Mozambique has electricity and they will be able to give us some in exchange for something. So that kind of relationship, it wouldn't just be people flocking into South Africa in search for opportunities and frustrating the economy. It will be transactional rather. I think Julius should have put it nicely in simple terms, because how the people understood it is that he would put the African foreigners first before the South African citizens. He made it seem like we would be competing for government services with immigrants. It will be survival of the fittest kind of event, and we would eventually be squeezed out of our own country. And I am not going to lie, it already feels like it with the illegal immigrants that are already here. It feels like survival of the fittest. Thing is, Julius does not live in these environments that have an influx of immigration. It is a war zone, and that reality is so far away from him. This is our reality, and if we tell our leaders we feel a certain way about the immigrants and they decide not to take us seriously, best believe you are going to lose votes. I think the EFF should relook at their strategies. Julius has been raising the open border policy issue very strongly, and I get where he gets the inspiration from. Like in Europe, they allow free movement of people. But if you look at their economy, it allows them to do so. Is South Africa ready for that? Are the South African citizens ready for that conversations? Some of the factors bedeviling the EFF outfit are not of their own doing. The emergence of the MK party impacted every political entity on the ballot. And unfortunately, the EFF led by Julius Malema became collateral damage of Zuma's spear. Now that we see the rise of MK has overtaken their friends, the EFF, as South Africans, we should ask ourselves, are we in the era of revenge politics or the era of identity politics? The EFF had reached a ceiling when it comes to attracting young voters. But by the time the young voters reach the age of 28, they realize they can't vote for the EFF mainly because of maturity. The EFF has a comparative advantage when it comes to other political parties because they are able to get young voters en masse. Not many political parties have the strength of the EFF to mobilize young people. But the real question facing the EFF is how are they holding that grouping as they get older? And how do they speak to young working South Africans? The EFF should use these elections as a learning experience and also to mature and expand its base. They can extend into deep rural areas and crack that audience. And from my observation, the urban middle class is hesitant when it comes to the EFF. It goes back to my point of saying they should strategize on holding on to the young working class citizens because that is where the resistance is coming from. Why is the EFF not growing? Maybe South Africans are sending a message to the EFF that probably it is time for another leader from the EFF who can run the party to do so. Malema has been running this party for a while now and there seem to be stagnation. Why can't someone like Floyd Shivambu rise to the leadership position? Maybe this could bring in some voters. What do you think of this suggestion? Please comment to us respectfully in the comment section below. Some people in the comment section tend to get very personal and very passionate in the comment section when it comes to issues regarding the EFF. Please note that this platform is not a vehicle of the EFF. It is not endorsed by the EFF. And just like any political party, the EFF is also on the chopping block for getting our point of views. We are allowed to give our opinions on certain parties and some opinions you might not like them. So in the comment section below, please be mindful and respectful when you comment. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations right here on the African Diaspora News channel. My name is Reneilwe Morema. It has been an absolute